So bottom line is you must have total conviction in your desire, right, and responsibility as a man to bang amazing women. Because, you know, it's your responsibility. She's usually not going to walk up to you and open you and escalate on you and get your number and ask you on a date and then introduce sex into the interaction. It's the man's job. It's your responsibility to do all this stuff. And I think a lot of guys coming into the community are somewhat vague about their responsibility to do this and their right. So that needs to be resolved. Questions on intent. Finally, we're going to talk about drive. Drive. Some guys get in the community because they're driven towards it. Some guys are driven away from things. This is just an example of drive. You want to get in the community because of the promise of hot girls, sex, bigger social circle, learning pickup skills. These are things that attract you, drive you towards pickup. A lot of guys are driven away from things. They feel depressed, lonely, they're with girls they're not attracted to, that are manipulating them, cheating on them, whatnot. There's lack of sex. So they're driven away from certain things. The end result is there's a drive, in this case, for self-improvement. But let's talk specifically about sexual drive or libido. Certain things may compel you to pursue a certain girl. For example, hormones, which I'm having issues with currently. But when I was in my 20s and early 30s, it was the opposite problem. At least 90% of my mental energy probably went into thinking about pussy and the pursuit thereof. So, I would think in my 20s it would be so nice just to leave a little bit of space in my mind for stuff like work and study. But now I have the opposite problem where there's very little libido. But let's face it, we're oftentimes at the mercy of our hormones. Physical attraction. You should be physically attracted to the girl you're interested in having sex with. Emotional connection. Guys primarily leave marriages not because of lack of sexual fulfillment, but because of the lack of emotional fulfillment. So if you're finding you're banging a lot of girls that you're not connecting with emotionally, there's a reason why you may feel a lack of drive. You need that emotional connection. And other factors. If you get a really hot girl, you want to parade her around your friends just for the sake of the eye candy factor, that's ego. If some girl absolutely refuses to sleep with you and you just want to chase her even harder to close the deal, that's a challenge that presents to you. Maybe some girl dumped you and you want to fuck her best friend. So there's that revenge factor. And then other issues like religion and family might direct you to pursue certain types of girls. Obviously on the opposite side would then be why you don't pursue certain girls. Low hormones, you're not physically attracted to her, you have no emotional connection. Maybe you have a lot of stress in your life, financial problems. Maybe religion has, again, tainted your views of sexuality, and you could be in poor health, and that would affect your drive as well. My point being is you need to maximize your drive, because it's your engine. Gain girls eventually that you're attracted to. I understand originally just gaining everybody because you need the reference experiences. But over time, you're going to find yourself a little frustrated if you're not attracted to the girls you're talking to. Take care of the stresses in your life. It may not affect you consciously, but subconsciously, things like debt and a bad relationship with your parents, these may be affecting your interactions with women. So you need to go out there and figure out how to handle this shit, get help, get advice, come up with a plan. You can't do pickup in a bubble. Improve your health, go to the gym and exercise. If your hormone levels are low, go see your doctor if you suspect that's the case. Stop watching so much fucking porn. this monkey has clearly been stemmed. But really, you may be directing too much of your sexual energy outside of normal, healthy relationships. Possibly.